And we're live.
I was ready this time.
Yes. Welcome to the stream. My name is Aaron. Oh, I got this right. And this is...
Jess! Yes, I got it right too.
Welcome, welcome. Please introduce yourselves and tell us about your earliest memory. So the thing you remember the longest time ago. Let's start with introductions. You want to start, Jess?
Sure. My name is Jess. I come from London. I've been living in Bologna for a year and 8 months.
And? Anyway, my name is Aaron. I'm 22 years old. I'm from Cork, and I will. What am I will be doing? I don't know. Anyway, I have been working in Bologna for 2.5 years, and then I've lived in Bologna for 3 years. So please introduce yourselves in the comments. Tell us about your earliest memory. So the first thing that you can remember. What is the first thing you can remember, Jess?
The first thing I can remember is being in a pram, a pushchair, and like eating the ice cream, but I like ate the cone instead of eating the ice cream. And by the time I got to the edge of the cone, all the ice cream had come down and was on me.
Oh no.
That's like my earliest memory of being a child.
Nice.
Sandro!
I'm from Ravenna. I'm a student of, I imagine, Bologna Mille.
Bologna, yes.
I don't think there's a Ravenna Mille. So.
This is our Sandro. All my birds are alive again.
Yeah. So if you hear a noise in the background, nice to see you too, Sandra. If you hear a noise in the background, can you explain what it is, Jess?
If you see maybe a bird, I have some birds living at the top of my pipe, so they're quite noisy. If you see anything or hear anything, it's just my birds.
But anyway, yeah, a pushchair or pram is what you use to take babies for walks. Yeah, you push them along in the pushchair or in the pram. But yeah, tell us about your earliest memory. Mine was probably one of the earliest anyway. I remember quite clearly when my brother was born. I was only about 4 years old, and yeah, so I remember that the night before he was born, I was really sick. I had a really high temperature. So my dad wasn't actually present for when my brother was born because I was really sick. So he had to stay at home with me.
You were just one of those children that was jealous and so had to take some attention away from your brother's birth.
Clearly, I don't know. And I remember that later, I think the day later or 2 days later when I felt better, we bought a pot of flowers and with my dad, we went to buy them. And I took them to the hospital to bring them to mum. And that's the first time I saw my brother Dylan.
That's so sweet.
Yeah. And true story, I didn't want to leave the flowers there. So I took them home. I don't know why. I decided I was going to take them home and take care of them.
Very cute.
And Sandro asks, how's quarantine going? Next
fine.
question.
It's fine. It's just fine.
Yeah. How is your quarantine going, Sandra? I'm doing okay. Obviously, it's you have a lot more free time, but yeah, it's doable. At least we're working. We've got a lot of things to do. So yeah, that's good. Hi, Andrea from Torino. Nice.
Hello.
Tell us about your earliest memory.
Hello, my name is Mary. I'm from Rome. My earliest memory is that I woke up at my grandma's house and told her or said to her, "You're in my heart." That's so adorable.
It is so sweet. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Keep them coming. Tell us about your earliest memory in the comments. What was your first word, Jess?
Da.
As in dad?
No, da.
In what context?
Just da. Was my first word. And don't say it's not a word, because it's a word.
It's not a word.
It is.
What does it mean?
It's the name of my teddy bear.
Oh, of course.
Da. Da. But it was the first thing I said.
That's sweet though.
I also, because I kept, I would say copter a lot for helicopter,
Ah,
and flutterby instead of butterfly. And I would also
flutterby.
say, I can't even say it now. A chimney.
Chimney.
I always call it a chimney.
Oh.
From Mary Poppins, chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chim. I likes what I likes and I likes what I do. Anyway, yeah. What about you, Aaron? What was your first word?
Sorry, I was reading some of the comments. My first day at kindergarten, nice, very nice. Was it a good day? Hi, Anna from Salerno. My earliest memory is me playing with my uncle's dog, Winnie. Nice.
Wow. When my son was born. That can't be your earliest memory.
You must
That's
remember
probably
something.
before. That might be your happiest. That might be your happiest memory, but not your earliest memory.
Yeah, so earliest is chronologically the first one, the first thing you can remember. Oh, not much, not very good. My first word was ball, because I was playing in the garden with my mum, and I don't know what we were doing, but anyway, the ball ended up under a bush, and so I kept saying all, and mum was like, what is he saying? What is he doing? And suddenly she realized it's ball. I couldn't say bee, but it was I was calling out because the ball had ended up in one of the bushes. And another one of my earliest words, so I didn't have chimney, but I had jackdaw. Jackdaw, yeah, as in the bird.
That's so random. Why?
Because my grandma was reading a story of Fireman Sam, I think it was. Do you remember Fireman Sam?
Yeah.
And in this story, he goes up the chimney and finds a jackdaw nest.
Oh.
And so she would say, he goes up, and I would say jackdaw, because that's what it was at the top of the chimney. And this story is very similar to what is happening in your house, Jess.
Yes, they're giving me a headache. That reminded me actually of a silly thing that happened when I was in the UK equivalent of kindergarten, which is like nursery. We had to write on a piece of paper or say something that our parents often say. So something that you would hear a lot around the house. So, kids with like lovely, sweet things like "I love you, princess." Nah, nah, nah. I come out with "bugger." Bugger is like quite an old swear word. Like people don't say it anymore as much now. Maybe your grandparents would, like your British grandparents would say bugger. But my mum used to say bugger a lot when I was a child. Oh, bugger. Oh, wait. And then I think I came out once with buggering bollocks. And I could talk to my mum after the lesson. Very funny.
That's so funny. That's amazing. Yeah, so they're like older swear words, older bad words that a child shouldn't be using, but oh, it's funny. It's very funny. All right, if you have any more stories to tell us, please do so in the comments. And in the meantime, we will start with our focus, talking about experiences. In this focus activity, Jess?
Talking about life experiences, present perfect and past simple. Interviewing others.
Excellent. So, the best experience. Tell us in the comments, what is the craziest thing you've ever done? What jobs have you had? And how many of these things have you done? So tell us your experiences. Tell us the stories. Have you ever made a snowman? Have you written a book? Have you ridden a horse? Tell us about these specific experiences. So, I was trying to see if I had a no. Here we go. Answer the questions in the comments.
Alex, what's the craziest thing you've ever done?
Probably when I went paragliding. Exactly. We both went paragliding for a friend of ours' birthday. She organized this big event, so we all went into the hills around Bologna, and we had a parachute and we jumped off a mountain. Yeah, so that was paragliding.
Very fun.
Very crazy, yes. And what about the craziest thing you've ever done? Luckily, your mum's not here this time.
I don't think
Sorry, I need to get a tissue. I'll be back in a second.
Okay. The craziest thing I've ever done, I think also paragliding, like Aaron said. Really crazy things in my life, but paragliding. I'm going to go with paragliding as well. Oh, actually, I went into the desert once and like nearly it got a bit scary because a very, very small windstorm, sandstorm started. And then at one point I lost sight of my dad, who I was with. And it was like, I felt really, really scared. That was pretty crazy. And then I had to like work my way down the sand dune, but I could hear the sand like droning. It was like the sand was slipping underneath me. It was like one of those bit risky. That was crazy.
Sandra says the craziest thing I've ever done is a hitchhiking trip.
Cool. Ooh. I've never done that before. I would like to.
I feel that it's not something very common nowadays, a hitchhiking
Definitely
trip.
not. But it should be. It's cool, I think.
But anyway, for those of you who don't know, this is a great word. Hitchhiking is when you ask people for lifts. So you don't have transport of your own, you just go where people can take you.
Yeah, but I think isn't still quite popular in America?
I have no idea, honestly.
I just always see it in American movies, they always stand there like, hey.
And nobody stops. Do you want to read Maria Teresa's comment?
Yes, the craziest thing I've ever done was going on holiday to Ecuador without telling my mom. No, I bet she was worried. In English, we can say worried sick. I bet she was worried sick.
Mm-hmm. This is a very British English expression. Worried sick. So very worried. And YouTube doesn't want my comment. Well, we'll tell you anyway. Worried sick. Very, very worried. Anna says the craziest thing I've ever done is rafting with my friends. Amazing.
Cool.
Rafting is pretty crazy and quite dangerous. So, wow. Andrea says it's difficult to choose. Ooh. I think Andrea might be an adrenaline junkie.
Andrea's in the house.
Yes, an adrenaline junkie. if YouTube accepts it, yes. An adrenaline junkie. So someone who really likes extreme sports. So tell us in there, you're an adrenaline junkie. And what jobs have you had, Jess?
I've actually had many jobs. I've been many things in my life. I have worked as a dancer. I have worked as a fitness instructor. I've worked for a motorbike company. I've worked.
Oh, you told me about this.
Which one?
The motorbike company, I think. That you were in the you were either in sales or you were showing the models.
Yeah, I did that as well. I was also a grid girl at one point. That was like a random.
Wait, what do you mean a grid girl?
Like a girl that stands on the grid with the riders with the umbrella.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, for Dovizioso, for Ducati.
You're kidding me.
There's a lot of things you don't know about me, Aaron.
I'm discovering new things here, guys. I didn't know about this.
Yeah, I keep it quite quiet actually, but now I'm saying
but now you know on YouTube.
But yeah, it was an experience. And he also, Dovi, in that race.
Oh, we call him Dovi now, do we?
Yeah, you know.
my pal.
My pal. They also called me his lucky charm. Just saying, the team did. But because he was actually like 12th or 14th on the podium on the grid. Not the podium, on the grid before the start of the race. And that race, he finished 3rd. So he got onto the podium, which was not expected because he was so far back. And yeah.
That's why. That's amazing. How long ago was this?
I was 18.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, Sandra says, learning something new every day. Another crazy thing was when I had an immersion in the Mediterranean without good preparation. I would say a dive, not an immersion.
Yeah, a dive.
Dive, yeah. Interesting. Was it scuba diving or was it just diving, snorkeling? I don't know. And Anna says, I worked for the Italian Belarus Chamber of Commerce for a few months. Interesting.
Cool.
Very interesting.
Wait. I'm trying to think of my other jobs. Oh yeah, I worked in catering as well. Oh, I worked in a shop, in a cafe, babysitting. I think that's all of them.
Cool. I haven't had many jobs. I worked in a factory for a while. I actually worked for my dad because he has a food production plant. So I was basically a handyman. So I was, fixing things, painting, doing odd jobs around the place. And I think then after that, I got into teaching almost straight away. So my first proper teaching job was teaching children. I did summer camps. In the summer, I'd move around different Italian cities and I would teach kids with songs, dance, you name it. I usually got the very little kids, so maybe 6, 7, 8-year-olds. And yeah, it was a lot of fun, definitely a lot of fun. And then yeah, now teaching here. Obviously I teach in a couple of different schools, but English teacher. How many of these have you done? Just tell me the number and I will guess which ones.
Okay.
I would say 3 of these.
Correct. Which 3?
Oh, I was saying about me, but
oh, sorry. I thought you were guessing for me. Okay.
Yeah, no, but you just need to tell me the number. I would say which ones.
Okay, I've done 3.
Okay, I'm going to say you've ridden a horse for sure. You've made a snowman, and you've taken a picture underwater. No,
Yeah.
you've have you written a book?
I'm writing a book, but it's not finished.
Oh, okay, okay, that's really cool. And what is the book about?
But no, that's not my one. I didn't count that one because
Oh,
it's not written yet. It's still in the process, you know?
okay, cool. And what is it about?
I'm writing a book. It's complicated.
Okay, that's great. Start of a really good book.
You're going to buy it when it's published.
Absolutely. But is it a novel? Is it a collection of poetry? Is it?
It's a novel.
It's a novel. It's a novel. Okay, cool.
So, my last
Maria
one.
Teresa says, I worked as a waitress, housekeeper, and receptionist for a few months. Nice. Sandra says,
During my university and in the summer, I worked in the vineyards. Oh, lovely. Vineyards, also another pronunciation, to collect grapes. Lovely.
very nice. And Anna says, I have done all of these things. Wow. You've written a book as well, Anna? That's amazing.
So, Aaron, yours are, you've made a snowman. You've taken a picture underwater. You've donated blood. You've ridden a horse. I take away the underwater picture.
You're not correct.
Oh, no. Okay.
2 of them were right. 1 of them is wrong.
So you've made a snowman and donated blood.
No. I've donated blood. I've ridden a horse, and I've taken a picture underwater, but I haven't made a snowman.
How have you not made a snowman?
Well, because I grew up here in Italy most of the time, and a few other, and there, especially in the north, it doesn't snow that much, so there isn't that much snow here, not enough to make a big snowman or anything, and
Okay.
sorry, and in Ireland it's even worse. So the few winters I was there, it never snows. So.
True. Okay, fair enough.
And I have ridden a horse. Hi, Antonio, by the way. I've never done a snowman. Me neither. I've never made a snowman. I have ridden a horse and I have donated blood. Wonderful. And so which ones did I get wrong? So you have donated blood, you have ridden a horse, and you've made a snowman.
Yeah.
Until 5 years ago, I had a horse called Ulysses. That's really nice. That's a great name for a horse.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, I took a picture underwater. This is for one of my birthdays, I can't remember which one. I decided to have a birthday at the pool because my birthday is in July, so we all went to the pool. And by sheer coincidence, that day there was a trial. You could have a trial lesson, and there was a scuba diver instructor there. So it was just a trial lesson in the swimming pool. So nothing too complicated. It's just, he put the mask on and the tanks, and you tried the breather and this kind of thing. And he took your picture underwater. So a friend of mine, we did it together, and we have a picture of us underwater in our scuba diving gear.
So nice. I'd love to have an underwater photo. I feel like it would make my fantasy of being a mermaid come true. Anyway.
Anna says, yeah, go ahead.
Yes, when I was a child, my dad used to. Okay, so here, Anna, because you've used to, it already puts it in the past. So with told, we don't need that. We're going to use the infinitive, the bare infinitive. So my dad used to tell me stories that he invented. So I collected them in a book. That's so lovely. So now you have
Very nice.
a whole book. That's so beautiful.
Absolutely amazing. I'm actually interested. I'd like to read these stories.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're amazing. Okay, so let's move on. We have matched to complete the short autobiography. So we have some phrasal verbs. We've got some verbs here. Match them to the correct hobbies. I have taken up. I've seen the. I've been to. I have met. I've worked at. I've played. I have always loved. And on the other side,
We have swimming in the ocean, a new hobby, 6 continents, Eiffel Tower, the guitar for 5 years, 3 different companies, a famous person.
so tell us in the comments what is the correct sentence. Gonzalo says horse, not to ride, but a horse-drawn carriage like racing horses.
Oh, wow. This is the horse that you used to have. Very cool.
Very cool. Very cool. Horses are beautiful. I really love horses. I only did horse riding for about maybe a year and a half, maybe 2 years. I can't remember, but I loved it, and I just love the horses. They're really great animals, which is
Yeah,
why I don't understand how people eat them.
I know, it's crazy. I had quite a bad accident though on a horse. That wasn't fun.
You were telling me about this in another webinar. You fell off, right?
Yeah, well, the horse kind of threw me off. Ouch.
Much ouch. Teresa says, I have taken up a hobby. Very good.
Very good.
Very good, Anna, as well. I've seen the Eiffel Tower. Perfect.
Good.
Let's see about the other ones.
5F. So 5 I've worked at A, B, C, D, E, F. 3 different companies. Good job.
I like how you're singing it.
I literally have to sing the alphabet.
Oh, me too. There's no other way for me to remember the order.
I can't just say A, B, C. It's got to be in the song.
Do you know, I heard that they wanted to change the alphabet song.
To what?
They wanted to change it to modify the part where it goes LMNOP because it's difficult to say.
It's the best bit. I get so excited for that bit because I'm like, oh, it's coming. LMNOP.
Very good. And I've met a famous person. Very good. I've worked at 3 different companies. Excellent.
I played the guitar for 5 years. Good.
And the final one, very difficult, but I'll put it up on the. I've always loved swimming in the ocean. So, as you may notice, all of these phrases are in the present perfect because we're talking about life experiences. So, let's introduce present oh, well, no, actually, we'll see. What tense is used to talk about a finished action in the past? What tense is used to talk about an action that started in the past and is still happening, or an action that has happened at an unspecified time? This is so complicated. For a life experience.
Explanation.
So tell us in the comments, what are the 2 tenses that we are talking about?
Aaron.
Yes.
Have you ever been to Budapest?
No, I haven't. Is that the city in the picture?
I don't know.
Okay.
And I did not go to Budapest, so.
We have a correct answer from Andrea and from Anna. Very good. The finished action in the past is indeed past simple.
Good job.
While present perfect is the second, indeed. Yes, we use this to talk about life experiences or things that are that started in a time in the past and are still true now. Say, for example, I've lived in Bologna for some time. Yeah, present perfect. Yeah, but I imagined you were talking about present perfect.
Good.
Okay, well done, well done. So, for example,
I've lived in Ireland most of my life. You should be reading this. I've lived in Ireland for most of my life. I went to university in Spain for a year. I wanted to experience a different way of life.
was that your attempt of an Irish accent?
Was that your attempt of an Irish accent? No, this is not an Irish accent. It's good.
Not too bad, not too bad.
I spent a lot of time in Ireland when I was growing up, you know.
Did you?
I did. In Cork.
Of all places.
That's a lie, not in Cork. In
Oh,
Waterford.
Waterford.
Yeah, Waterford. A little
I've
place.
never been there.
It's lovely.
And how come?
My mum's best friend moved there and she started her family there. So
Okay, that's really nice. That's really sweet. I've never been to Waterford, but I'm sure it's a nice place. I'm learning so much about you, Jess. All right, let's move on. So present perfect versus past simple. Do you want to read, Jess?
yes, the present perfect is used to talk about experiences which don't have a specific time in the past. For example, I've been to Shanghai before.
If it's time specific, use the past simple. I went to Shanghai last year. Also use the present perfect for things that started in the past and are still true at the moment. For example, I've loved going to big cities all my life. Yeah, I would use this with verbs like love, live, work, study, this kind of thing. Yeah, I think we can just move on from here. This is just a
Unless
snapshot.
anybody has any questions, just type them away, but we'll move on to the next slide.
Exactly. So just consider, if you're talking about in your life in general, it's present perfect. If you're talking about a specific time, past simple. Okay, so we have some matching to do. We have some phrases on the left, and you need to tell us what is the correct tense on the right. Have you ever been to China?
Never.
Jess? Neither have I.
Hmm.
I would love to visit Southeast Asia in general, but East Asia in general. Whether it's Korea, Japan, China.
Yeah, I agree. Me too.
This morning for breakfast, I ate cheesecake. Yes, you are correct, Sandro. Past simple.
Oh, I want cheesecake. I love cheesecake.
Cheesecake is the best.
I also love carrot cake as well.
We're very envious, Sandro. We want your cheesecake.
Do you know what I made this weekend, Aaron?
What?
I made apple crumble.
Nice. Did it come out well?
Yeah, apart from I kind of burnt it a little bit, but I managed to save it. I scraped the burn. But it was good, and I had it with a cup of tea in the afternoon while building a puzzle. I just felt like it was the perfect British kind of Sunday vibe, you know?
Oh, very, very. Did you buy the Legos?
No. Okay, so no, I didn't. Never mind. I couldn't.
You couldn't. It was closed.
It was closed. Apparently, it's essential to buy Lego in this period.
I would say it's 100% essential.
Thank you. This is what I thought. I was like, I need to do something like for my mental sanity, you know?
And Anna and Sandra say 1C. Well done. This is she has been to Tokyo. This is an action happened at an unspecified time in the past. We have present perfect. Number 2, we have B. Yes. Past simple action is time specific. And the third one.
Good job, everyone, because it's still happening now.
Yes. Good job. For this one here, we can often use the present perfect continuous as well. So I have been living in Tokyo for the past 10 years. I don't know. Okay, let's move on. So in this exercise here, you need to choose the correct tense. Is it present perfect or past simple? You have the verb in the brackets. So tell us in the comments which is the correct one here. Is that Coldplay?
I was just going to say, who's that? Is it Coldplay?
I think it's Coldplay.
Oh, it must be because it says Coldplay in number 6.
Oh, yes. Have you seen? Now you're going to tell me, oh, I was backstage in one of their concerts, or I'm best friends with the bass player or something.
No, I was just in their music video.
No, wait, it's not Coldplay.
Not Coldplay, I'm joking. It's Snow Patrol.
Yes, there you go. Because I remember you telling me it was like you told me, oh yeah, I was in a Coldplay video, or was it Snow Patrol, or maybe it was, and you said another band, and I was like, wait, you were in somebody's music video and you don't even know who it was.
I always get Snow Patrol and Coldplay mixed up.
They are two very different bands.
I know, it's not for the music, it's for the words. It's like Coldplay and Snow Patrol. Like they're both like cold and snow. I associate together, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Play and patrol, it's 2 P's. It just, my brain just, you know.
I finally watched the video.
Which
video? I found it. Well, the song.
Oh, the one that I'm in. It's awful.
Why?
Sorry if you're watching Snow Patrol. You guys are great.
Well, Snow Patrol, if you're watching, please comment what is the correct verb to use in this exercise. Sandro says cooked, and Andrea agrees with him.
Good.
Good job. We have last week, so it's specific time. Do you want to read number 2?
Tim hasn't bought the new iPhone yet. Excellent, Andrea.
Exactly, because here we don't have any. Oh no, here we don't have any time at all. So.
All right.
Well done, Anna, for number 3. It's Lisa has never been to Hawaii. Very good. So remember that go has 2 past participles. It's either gone or been. The difference being that if you've been somewhere, it means you've gone and come back. While gone, you are still there. Number 4.
Last month, I gave, good, I'm so confused then, a presentation in front of 500 people.
Amazing. Let's see at the next few as well. Andrea says took an 8 a.m. chemistry class, their first year of university. They would never do that now that they're in the 3rd year. So, well done, Anna, as well. The correct answer is took, because this is a finished time. Yes, it is for the entire duration of a year, but it's gone, it's finished now, so took. And Anna, you are very close, but you've got the wrong past participle.
See, saw. Seen. Great. Good job, everyone.
Yes, very good job. Sorry, go ahead.
We're going to play a little game now.
Yes, very good, Sandra. Have you ever seen? Excellent. Well done. Yes, so we are going to play a little game now. I'm actually going to put it. Actually, what I'll do is I'll put up this slide here so that you have the different tenses to use, and we're going to play. Yes.
We're going to play 2 truths and 1 lie. So you need to say 2 things that are true and 1 that is a lie. All 3 sentences have to have the correct grammar, okay? So we want correct grammar in all 3, but 2 are true and 2 are a lie. We want you to write them number 1, 2, and 3, and we are going to guess which one is the lie.
Exactly. So here we go. 2 truths and a lie. Say 2 true things about you and 1 lie. We will guess the fake one. We will play as well. I'm trying to think very quickly of my 3. I'm trying to think of things that you don't know. I'm trying to think of things that you don't know about me. Okay, I think I've got it.
Go on.
Right. So, okay, I've met a famous person. Well, I've met a famous Italian singer. I've seen a dolphin up close, and I cut my foot when I was younger in a swimming pool. So I've met a famous Italian singer. I cut my foot when I was younger in a swimming pool, and I've seen a dolphin up close. Yes, you're correct, by the way, Sandro. I've been to Los Angeles, or I went to LA last year. Yes. So, Jess, ask me follow-up questions.
Where were you when you saw the dolphin?
I was in Dingle. It's a town in the west of Ireland, and there is a very friendly dolphin there that comes alongside the boats in the harbour.
Are there dolphins in Ireland? I don't think so. It's
Any other questions?
What famous Italian singer?
Cesare Cremonini. He's quite famous, I'd say.
Can you explain how you cut your foot in the swimming pool?
I jumped in, and there was a broken tile at the bottom of the pool, and the pool was quite shallow, so I stepped on it and I got a big cut on the bottom of my foot.
The dolphin up close is a lie.
No, the dolphin up close is correct. The fake one is the famous person. I actually didn't meet Cesare Cremonini. A friend of mine met him really close to my house, but I didn't. So no, because I used to live in a part of Bologna really close to a big motorcycle dealership, like with really big expensive bikes. So he was there buying probably big expensive bike. Okay, so we have Anna playing as well. I have lived in the Netherlands. I have swam in the Red Sea, and I have danced in a group. Well, we're going to ask you some extra questions, Anna. How long and where did you live in the Netherlands? Do you have any other questions for her?
No, just where and how long.
And when was this in the Red Sea? And did you see any fish? And what dance? I don't know. Tell us some more info. Andrea says, I've been to Rome. I went to Honolulu last year. I've lived in Germany several years ago. But I think he changed it. I've been to Rome. I went to Honolulu last year. I've played ping pong my whole life. Okay. Are you an expert ping pong player? Where did you stay in Honolulu? We want the name of the hotel. And Maria says, I've broken my elbow. I've met Henry and Meghan. Or is it Harry and Meghan?
Harry.
Harry and Meghan. I've eaten bugs. Do you have any questions for Maria?
What bugs?
What bugs? And Henry and Meghan. In what occasion? How did you meet them? How and why did you meet them? Andrea changed it because he'd written 2 lies. This is very common. Okay, Jess, do you have yours?
I need to think of something else. It's really difficult.
It's really difficult, isn't it? That's the problem, because like I usually use the same 3 for most of my games, but sometimes I have students who've played it with me before, and so they're like, "Oh, I know this one."
Okay, I've got it.
Oh wait, we have some extra info. I've lived in The Hague for 6 months. I've seen dolphins in the Red Sea, and I've danced for 3 years. What type of dancing?
What type of dancing? Okay, you ready?
Yes, go.
I've been hit by a car. I've never been to Portugal. I swam into a swarm of jellyfish.
Ooh. A swarm of jellyfish. By the way, swarm
Big group of jellyfish.
of jellyfish. Sandra says, I've lived in Ireland most of my life. True or false? I imagine false. Don't worry, Andrea.
I remember you, I know, Sandra, because you have a very particular introduction explaining all of your travels and how you ended up in Ravenna. Anyway. Yeah, so Aaron, ask me some follow-up questions.
Oh, by the way, sorry, I just wanted to give, I think, Anna, that the fake one is swam in the Red Sea. I don't think you've swam in the Red Sea. I think this is fake. What do you think, Jess?
I agree with you.
So tell us if we're correct. And for Andrea, I would say that you haven't been to Honolulu.
Yeah. No, I think you've played ping pong your whole life is a lie.
Interesting. So I'll ask you some follow-up questions. Were you hurt in the car accident?
Yes, I was.
And what in particular? Like, what happened?
I was on my bicycle and I went into the side of the car and I crushed my hand and it was all bleeding. And then I fell down and got the left side of my body trapped between the curb and the bike.
Oh, and Andrea said the third one is the only true one. So the one you picked. Oh God. Maria says, I met Harry and Meghan in the hotel where I was working, and I've eaten chontacuros. They're a big grub that live in South America.
Could be.
Could be. I'm gonna say that the fake one is broken your elbow.
I think the fake one is eaten bugs.
Tell us, Maria, who is correct? Am I right or is Jess right? Tell us quick, because we have very little time left. So if you have any last minute questions, please ask us. Okay, I need to very quickly find out your fake one. So we talked about the car accident, then you said about you swam into a school or a swarm of jellyfish. Was it painful? Did they sting you?
Yes.
Did you have to medicate afterwards, or?
Someone weed on me.
Yeah, that's a lie. That's a lie. I'm gonna go for the jellyfish as a lie.
It's true.
But if you swam into a swarm of them, they'd have to pee all over you.
No, only one. They didn't attack me, but when I realized, basically one went onto my arm and attached itself, and I was like, and I looked around and they were blobbing all around me. So I had to like get out of the water.
Interesting. Sorry, I was reading the comments as well. I went to university in Spain for 6 months. True. Okay. Anna says, no, the lie was a third. I have never danced hip hop. I'm not a good dancer. I swam in the last year in the Red Sea. Ah, that's really cool.
Wow. Well done. Thank you for joining us, everyone. You were great this evening.
Yes. So, thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you soon. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.